Types of angles, part 2. The first thing you need, actually, I should say, these 4 that we're going to do on this side, transversal, corresponding angles, alternate interior, alternate exterior, and there's 2 more that I'm going to do on another slide. These all depend on having 2 lines that are intersected by another line. See, in this picture right up here, we have 2 lines, line A and line B. That's this line and this line. The purple line goes through both of them. It's called a transversal. A transversal is just a line that intersects 2 or more other lines. In this case, this pink line right here, or purple, whatever you want to call it, is your transversal. When you have 2 lines that are cut by a transversal, it creates 8 different angles. They're numbered in this second slide right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These angles always have the same relationship to each other. Some of them are congruent, some of them are supplementary, but the angle pairs will always have the same relationship to each other. The first one is corresponding angles. I think corresponding angles are actually the hardest ones to understand. Look at angle 1. You'll see that angle 1, right here, is on the top left-hand side. So if you look at your transversal, remember this is our transversal, angle 1 is on the left-hand side of the transversal. It's also above the line. It's above this line right here. So it's on the left-hand side and it's above the line. If you look down at the next pair right here, again, you're going to look on the left-hand side and above this line. So 1 and 5 are corresponding angles. 2 and 6 are corresponding angles. 3 and 7 are corresponding angles. 4 and 8 are corresponding angles. What you really need to remember about corresponding angles is that they are congruent. Corresponding angles are congruent. Don't forget that. Corresponding angles are congruent. The next pair is alternate interior. Remember, alternate means switching back and forth. For instance, if you're playing soccer and an alternate comes in for you, one of you goes out and one of you goes in. They're opposites. Alternate angles are on opposite sides of the transversal. When a transversal intersects 2 lines, 2 angles that lie inside the 2 lines on opposite sides of the transversal. Alternate means that they are on opposite sides. Whoops. Opposite. So, for instance, angle 3 and angle 4 are on opposite sides of the transversal. Angle 5 and angle 6 are on opposite sides of the transversal. But notice 3 and 6 are also on opposite sides of the transversal. When we're talking about alternate interior angles, those are the ones we're talking about. For instance, number 3 and number 6, they're on opposite sides of the transversal. Also notice when you look at the 2 lines, they are in between the 2 lines. I always tell my students to think of it as a swimming pool. Here's your swimming pool. Oops, my swimming pool is supposed to be blue. What happened? Okay, well, we got a pink swimming pool. Sorry. Think of this as your swimming pool. If it's in the swimming pool, it's interior. So 3 and 6 are on opposite sides of the transversal. That makes them alternate. And they're in between the 2 lines. So they're interior. The other pair of alternate interior is number 4 and number 5. Those are also alternate interior. Whoops, I should use a different color. Let's do this. 4 and 5 are also alternate interior. Just like corresponding angles, these are always congruent. That's the important piece of information right there. Alternate interior angles are congruent, always. Alternate exterior angles work the same way, except they are on opposite sides of the transversal, and they are outside of the swimming pool. So if you think of your swimming pool here, I don't know why I can't get a blue swimming pool. I suppose one of you knows, but you can't tell me. Angle 1 and angle 8. They're on the outside of the two lines, and they're on opposite sides of the transversal. This is your transversal. They're on opposite sides, and they're outside the two lines. 2 and 7 are also alternate exterior. These are congruent. You'll notice that everything I've taught you so far is congruent. Corresponding angles are congruent. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Alternate exterior angles are congruent. And vertical angles are congruent. I told you there's one kind of angle pair that is supplementary. Let me show you this. You'll have to write these notes either on the back of your paper or on the bottom or something. These are same side interior angles. It's easy to remember that they are supplementary because supplementary starts with S, just like same side interior. Unfortunately, I can't write on this, so you'll just have to write it on your notes. Same side interior angles are supplementary. That means they add up to 180 degrees. So if you add it up, let's see, angle 1 might be, let's say, 55 degrees. We know that angle 2 would be 35 degrees because 35 plus 55 is 90 degrees. You know they're same side interior because they're in between the two lines. They're inside the swimming pool, and they're both on the right-hand side of the transversal. Please notice, sometimes they are called co-interior. Same side interior is normal, but unfortunately Get More Math uses co-interior. It's just another word for the same thing. Same side interior, co-interior. The last one is same side exterior. Notice they're both on the right-hand side of the transversal, and they're outside the two lines. These are same side exterior or co-exterior. That's all for part 2. In the last video, I'll do a couple problems for you.